AJ, are you going to be late tonight?
Yeah, I'll have to stay late at work. Is there something wrong?
No, it's just we're moving into a new house soon, right? I thought we should start preparing.
That's true. A new life in a new home is about to begin.
Yes, it's exciting.
By the way, there's something I need to tell you.
Oh, what is it?
I've decided to have my parents live with us in the house you bought. I thought it would be a good arrangement.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I mean the house you bought, right? Well, I decided my parents will live there too.
Hold on a second, this wasn't part of the plan.
Plan? What plan?
The reason I saved for 10 years to buy that house was so I could live there with my mom. I've always told you that. You knew that my mother has been on her own since I was young. I wanted her to be with me once I got married so she wouldn't feel lonely. I thought you understood that.
Understood? I don't remember agreeing to that. I just listened to you talk about it.
Then why are you doing this without telling me? I bought that house with my own money.
Why does it matter? My family has their own reasons for this.
What reasons? Why can't they stay in their own house?
Because the old house is in such poor condition they can't live there anymore. As the eldest son, it's my responsibility to look after my parents. Isn't that something that should be clear?
But even so, you should have at least talked to me before deciding. How could you just make a decision without my input?
Look, my parents and I have always been close. I can't just ignore them when they're in trouble.
That doesn't make it right. My mother and I are close too. If your parents are moving in, don't you think you should contribute financially too?
We're married, aren't we? We're supposed to support each other.
Well, yes, but...
It's already done. I've sent their belongings over, so you might as well give it up. Make sure to clear a room for them.
But your parents have successful jobs, right? If their house is old, can't they afford to fix it themselves?
They're getting old, okay? It makes more sense for them to stay with us as they age. Why don't you understand that?
And why don't you understand that my mother needs the same support?
Enough. This is already decided. I bought a house, and I've already had my parents' things sent over. It's done. You're being difficult about it, and it won't change anything now.
I can't believe this. Mom, are you free to talk now?
Yes, I'm free, dear. Oh, thank you so much for sending the photos of the new house. It's absolutely stunning. I can hardly believe it. You bought such a beautiful home all by yourself. You've always made me proud, but seeing what you've accomplished now makes me feel even prouder. You're an amazing daughter.
Mom, you're embarrassing me. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. Honestly, I just did what anyone else would do.
No, it's truly impressive, believe me. This isn't something everyone can accomplish, and you know it. To buy a house at your age, and as a woman doing it all on her own, it's no small feat. Most people could only dream of doing what you've done.
I suppose so. But I just wanted to do something to give back to you for everything you've done for me. After all, you raised me on your own, and you did it without ever complaining. You worked so hard to make sure I had a good life, and you sacrificed so much for me along the way. So if I could do this much for you, it would feel like a small way to thank you for everything.
Oh, sweetheart, you've never needed to think that way. There's no need to repay me for raising you. I did it because I wanted to, out of love. I never expected anything in return, so don't feel pressured. Raising you was one of the greatest joys of my life. I'm sure your in-laws will also be thrilled to know that you've accomplished something so big. They must be so proud of you, too.
Actually, about that, there's been a bit of a complication.
Oh no, what's wrong? Is something serious going on?
Well, you know how we'd planned for you to come live with me in the new house? You and I discussed it so many times, and it seemed like a perfect setup.
Yes, of course. That was the plan we had in mind all along, wasn't it?
Yes, but it seems like that plan may not happen now.
What? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, don't tell me that you're saying you can't live in the house after all, even though it's all set up and ready.
No, not exactly that. The issue is that AJ decided, without consulting me, that we'll be living with his parents instead. I had no idea he was planning this. He just suddenly made the decision.
Hold on a moment. What do you mean, all on his own? I thought this was your house, bought with your own money, and we'd already made our plans for you and me to live together. Didn't you two talk this all through beforehand?
Yes, exactly. But just recently, right before we were supposed to move, he told me that he wants his parents to come live with us instead. He even went so far as to send their belongings over to the new house without saying a word to me. Now he's acting like it's too late to do anything about it.
I mean, I'm all right on my own. I don't want you to feel guilty about that. But still, it's not right for AJ to just dismiss your wishes, especially after everything we discussed. This just doesn't sound like the AJ I know. What on earth has gotten into him?
I know, Mom. I feel exactly the same way. This isn't like him at all. He used to be so considerate, so thoughtful. He's never done something like this before. It's like he's become a different person all of a sudden. He used to have such a gentle, caring nature.
Well, I suppose there's not much to be done. It's an issue between you two as a couple, so maybe it's not my place to step in. I wouldn't want to cause any unnecessary trouble in your marriage.
No, Mom, please don't give up on the idea just yet. I haven't fully accepted things as they are either.
Really? Do you think there's still a way to work things out?
Yes, I think so. I've been thinking things through, and I have some ideas about how to handle this. I still want you to be a part of my life, even if the situation is a bit difficult. I'm sure we can figure something out, so don't worry. Hey, AJ, I need to talk to you for a moment.
What now, Miranda? I told you, I'm really busy with a lot of things right now. Can't it wait?
I'm sorry, but this is important to me, so please just hear me out, even if it's just for a little bit. I wanted to talk about your parents moving in. Isn't there any way to reconsider that plan? You know how much I want to live with my mom. She raised me on her own as a single mother, and she's the most important person in my life. She's someone I want to be there for now. I want to give back to her for everything she's done for me.
Miranda, we already discussed this before, didn't we? It's just not going to happen. I thought I'd made that clear.
No, AJ, I still don't understand. I don't think I'll ever understand how you could make such a decision on your own. For years, I've been saving and planning so I could live with my mom. I worked hard with this idea in mind, and now it feels like all of that effort is for nothing.
Listen to me, Miranda. Try to look at this from a practical perspective. Isn't your mom working part-time right now?
Yes, that's true. She's doing what she can to support herself, and she's still working, even if it's just part-time.
And as you know, my father is a wealthy businessman. He's done well for himself, and our family benefits from that. Isn't it obvious which situation is more beneficial for us? Who do you think we should be prioritizing?
What? What do you mean by that?
Come on, Miranda. Think rationally about this. Who should we value more? My parents are clearly the more important ones. I mean, my father is a successful man with money. If I continue to show respect and build good relations with him now, it could affect how much I inherit in the future. Think about it. If we make the right moves, our future could be financially secure because of this. Doesn't that matter to you?
Wait, AJ, I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Are you really saying this? Is this the real reason you want your parents to move in with us?
Yes, Miranda. And if we're comparing the value they bring to our lives, wouldn't a wealthy father be more beneficial than someone who just works part-time?
No, AJ, that's enough. Don't disrespect my mother that way. I won't stand for you belittling my family. Just because my mother doesn't have wealth or a powerful career doesn't make her less valuable as a person.
I'm not trying to insult her, Miranda. I'm simply stating the reality of her situation. This isn't about emotions. It's about what's best for us as a couple. I'm looking out for our future together. Can't you see that?
I don't want to understand a mindset like that. Wealth and titles mean nothing to me if it means disrespecting my mother. My mom is the most important person to me in this world, and I don't need you judging her worth based on something as shallow as money.
I honestly didn't think you'd be so naive, Miranda. I thought you'd be smart enough to see the bigger picture here. But fine, if you're going to cling to these ideas, go ahead. Doesn't change anything. No matter what you say or feel about it, my parents are moving in. The decision has been made, and there's nothing you can do to change it.
I see. Well, I understand perfectly now. I see exactly where your priorities are and what you're trying to achieve.
Good. I'm glad you finally get it. Let's drop this discussion once and for all. There's no reason to bring it up again.
Fine. If that's how you want it, I'll make my own decisions accordingly.
Good. That's what I want to hear. Finally, we can move on from this ridiculous argument.
Oh, believe me, we will. Just remember this, you'd better not regret the choices you're making right now. Don't come back to me later saying things turned out differently than you expected.
Miranda, don't forget, today is the moving day. I need you to go to the new house ahead of time and get everything ready to welcome my parents. Make sure all of the unpacking is done and everything is set up.
Wait, you want me to do all of that?
Of course, you're the one with the keys to the house after all.
So, what about you? What are you going to be doing while I'm setting everything up?
I'll be picking up my parents and driving them over. I'm taking them out to eat first, spending some time together as a family before we all move in. By the time we get to the house, I expect everything to be ready so that they can start living here right away without any hassles.
Okay, I'll try my best to get things done before you arrive.
Trying your best isn't enough. I need you to do everything perfectly. Once we're all living together, I'll also need you to take care of my parents' needs. That means helping out with anything they need day to day.
What? Why should I be the one taking care of everything for them?
Why do you think? You're the one handling all the household chores already. This isn't anything new.
Isn't your mom going to help out? She could do her part too, right?
Are you seriously suggesting that? You expect my mother at her age to be doing household work? That's a terrible attitude to have.
But your mom's only around 60, right? She's definitely capable of doing some of the chores.
I told you, you're the one who's supposed to do it.
Fine, I understand. I'll do what I can.
Hey, Miranda, what is going on here?
What are you talking about? What's wrong now?
Our house has been listed for sale. How did this happen? Did the real estate agent trick you into something? Tell me, where are you right now?
I've already moved out, so it's fine now.
Wait, what do you mean you moved out? Are you talking about the place where we were living in before?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm saying I've already moved out of that house, so you don't need to worry about it. We haven't been deceived or anything like that.
Then what the hell is going on? Didn't you buy the house?
I did buy it, but I sold it right away.
What do you mean you sold it? You paid the down payment, didn't you? There should still be a mortgage left to pay. How can you just sell it like that?
Yes, I did pay the down payment, but left without paying anything more. I sold the house without ever making another payment.
Why on earth would you do something like that? Why make such a rash decision?
Well, hold on a second. You made a decision without consulting me, didn't you? You decided to live with your parents and shipped your things over without asking me first. You don't get to tell me what I should or shouldn't do with the house I bought.
What are you talking about? I did that for my parents. It wasn't just about me, it was for their sake.
I've been talking about wanting to live with my mom for 10 years, but did you listen to me? No, you just decided everything without asking me. You sent your stuff over without even telling me. And now you're telling me I'm in the wrong?
Okay, but what about the things you packed up? What did you do with all that stuff? You can't just leave it hanging.
Don't worry about it. I explained the situation to the movers, and they're holding everything for us until we figure it out. You can go pick everything up later. It's all handled.
Hanging? How could you do something so reckless and unnecessary? What about the mortgage? What are we going to do about that now?
Well, I was planning to pay it off myself, but it looks like the house is worth more than I thought. The area's become pretty popular, and the real estate agent said I don't have to pay much more on the mortgage because I'll be able to sell it for a good price, so it's fine.
Don't worry? How can you say that? This is a huge issue. Did you even talk to your mother about this? Did she know about all this?
What do you mean? What's your point?
The whole reason you bought that house was so you and your mother could live together, wasn't it? You've completely turned that idea on its head. And now you sold it without even consulting her.
How dare you say that? You were the one who ruined that plan, not me. You're the one who stopped it from happening, not me.
I'm going to tell your mother about this. What are you going to do if she ends up hating you for this? Do you have any idea how many people's feelings you've hurt with what you've done?
I haven't hurt anyone. It's you who's been the one hurting people, not me. You have made a mess of everything.
So, what do you think your mother will say about all this?
I'm sure she'll understand. At least I hope she will. I did this for a good reason, and I'm sure she'll get it.
Well, I'm definitely going to report this to your mother. And I'm sure she'll be giving me a call as soon as she hears about this. After that, we'll have to have another conversation. I'll make sure to stop the sale of the house, and we'll figure this out properly.
Go ahead, do whatever you want. I have got plenty of other things to deal with myself. I'm not going to just sit here and listen to you.
You really think you can just walk away from all of this? You can't just ignore the situation and expect everything to be fine. You've made decisions without thinking about the consequences, and now you're going to have to face them.
I've thought this through. You're the one who's making things more complicated by always thinking you can control everything. You didn't even bother to consult me, but now you want to tell me what I should have done?
I did this for our future, for our family's future. You should have considered that before you made such a huge decision on your own. Do you really think everything is going to work out without any issues?
I've made my decisions, AJ, and I am not going to change them now. It's time for you to face the consequences of your own choices, just like I've had to do.
You know what? Fine. But don't come crying to me when things fall apart. I'm telling you, you're making a huge mistake.
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But I'll deal with it. I've always dealt with things on my own.
Abby, something terrible has happened.
Oh no, what's going on?
You know how Miranda was supposed to have bought a house, right?
Yes, that's right.
Right? Well, she went and sold that house without telling anyone. This means our plans to live together now are off the table.
What? But we never actually had those plans, did we? I heard from Miranda that you were planning to live with your parents instead.
Yes, well, that's true. It's just that my parents' house was getting really old and they were going to tear it down, so I agreed to move in with them temporarily while that happened.
Oh, but Miranda didn't like that arrangement, so she sold the house, right?
No, that's not it. She was actually okay with living with my parents, at least up until today.
But the house she bought was for her to live in with me. Do you really think she would have just accepted the situation so easily?
Hey, that's where we differ.
What do you mean?
Living with my parents is only temporary. It's just while they rebuild their house. I only asked if I could stay there until then, just for that period, and nothing more.
I see.
That's right, but now she's doing something like this to cause trouble. Abby, you have to scold her. Tell her to stop the sale immediately.
You think I'll do that? Of course not.
Immediately. Why not, Abby?
What do you mean by temporary? Do you think you can fool me with that kind of lie? The reason she sold the house is because she didn't like your forceful approach. Do you think I didn't notice? Don't treat me like a fool.
No, that's not it. You see, she's always had a bit of an issue with my parents, like she's always looked down on them.
That's not true at all. Why would she create an asset for people she looks down on?
Asset? What are you talking about?
She was saving money for me and investing in a way that would help your parents as well.
Wait, What?
She sacrificed her personal life just to build up that kind of money. How could someone like her want to cause trouble? Miranda is a kind-hearted person who values family above everything else. Please stop putting her through all of this with your strange lies.
No. Abby.
And stop calling me Abby. It's extremely annoying.
That old hag, she won't listen to a word I say.
I haven't heard from your mother. Seems like things didn't go as planned, huh?
Hey, shut up. I don't have anywhere to live now. Do you understand? I'm in complete panic mode right now, and you're making it worse by mocking me.
Well, you kind of brought this upon yourself, didn't you?
Damn it. What am I supposed to do now? How did everything fall apart so quickly?
I don't know, but now that we're divorced, it doesn't matter. You'll probably be hearing from the lawyer I hired soon. When that happens, you'll need to handle it.
Divorce? You're seriously doing this? You're taking it way too far. You're freaking out for no reason.
Do you really think I'm just saying I want a divorce because of a moment of anger?
I'll admit that I've made some mistakes. I've messed up. But please, don't talk about divorce. We don't need to go that far. Not over this.
The reason for the divorce isn't just that.
What else is there? What could be worse than what's already happened? I honestly didn't think you would do something so selfish, something so thoughtless. This kind of behavior, it's just unbelievable. I know I made a mistake. I get it. When it comes to family, I can be so caught up in everything that I lose sight of what's really important. But that doesn't mean we need to end it all.
No, that's not what's going on here. You secretly racked up a huge debt without telling me, didn't you? You just kept it from me.
Huh?
You've been gambling, haven't you? That's what this is about. You got yourself into some serious trouble, and you thought that by living off your parents, you could use their money to pay off your debts, right? You thought you could take advantage of them for all of it, and you're 38 years old. You've been acting like a little kid asking your parents to bail you out. It's pathetic. I don't know why I put up with it for so long.
No, that's not true. What on earth are you talking about?
Don't try to hide it now. You're not going to get away with it. I hired a detective, okay? I've done the research. I know everything, and I'm not going to ignore this. I cannot continue being married to someone who hides things like this. You have put us in so much debt, and now you think we can just go back to normal? That is not going to happen, so divorce it is.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
Well, if that's the way it is, then fine. Go ahead and file for divorce. It's not like I care anymore. I stayed with you because you promised you'd buy a house, and now you're pulling this? Whatever. I'll find someone better, a better woman. I'll get remarried. It's no problem for me.
Well, I'm glad to see you're happy. It's really nice to know that this is what you wanted all along.
From now on, I'll have all of my parents' money to myself. Everything. Their fortune, the house, all of it. I'll make sure I'm set for life. But don't even think about trying to contact me after this. Got it?
Of course I won't be bothering you. But wait a minute. You're seriously planning to take everything, including their money?
Why wouldn't I? It's what I've been working for all this time. You don't get it, do you? I've been playing my cards right so I can walk away with everything.
You should really reconsider that.
What are you talking about? You think I'm joking? Don't say such ridiculous things. You're acting like I'm the one who doesn't get it.
Well, I'll tell you something you don't know. Your parents are in serious debt. They're in so much trouble right now that if things don't change, you'll inherit all of that. All of their debt. All of it.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I thought something was off, honestly. They said they sold the house because it was old, but I wondered if it was really that simple. You said they moved to a new place because of how old the house was, right? But that house, it wasn't even that old, and your parents' house was huge. So why would they just sell everything and get out?
Well, yeah, it was a big house. But I figured a new house would be better for them. Easier to maintain, you know? More comfortable.
That's not what's going on. It wasn't like the house was completely falling apart. It wasn't a situation where they had to sell it. Your father could have easily renovated it, or they could have made it work. But instead they sold everything. I couldn't understand why. So I had the detective look into it. Turns out your father made a huge mistake in his business dealings. He's buried in debt.
No way. You're just making things up. This can't be true.
Serious debt. Why don't you ask your father? I'm sure he'll confirm everything I'm saying.
Why the hell didn't he tell me about any of this?
Well, it's the same thing as you. You didn't tell me you were living with him and trying to get him to pay off your debts, right? You just did it behind my back. Maybe that's where you got your attitude from, huh? You really are just like your father.
That bastard. He lied to me.
Well, you're the one who's been living in denial, not me. As for me, I've already made arrangements. I rented an apartment and I'm moving in with my mom. I'm busy right now with the move, so don't try to reach out to me.
Wait, Miranda, please, don't leave me. I don't want this.
What? What are you saying?
I've always been thinking about you, Miranda. Everything I've done for you. Even agreeing to live with my parents was for you. Please, reconsider the divorce. Don't do this to us.
Calm down and think for a second.
What are you trying to say?
My mother raised me on her own from the time I was a child, and you thought nothing of abandoning her and trying to bring your parents into our lives while ignoring her, and then you racked up this huge debt. It's really simple. It's clear who I need to take care of.
Hey. No, I didn't.
I'm going to take care of my own family. The people who actually care about me. You've made your bed and now you're going to have to lie in it. As for what happens to you and your family, I don't have the slightest bit of interest anymore. Do whatever you want with your own mess, but I'm out of it. Mom, I'll be there soon, so I'm counting on you.
Yes, I understand. I've been preparing for a while now. But from here on, things are going to get difficult. There's going to be a lot of paperwork and procedures to go through, isn't there?
It's not a problem at all. What I'm really looking forward to is being able to live with you from now on. Plus, as for the divorce, I've already handed everything over to my lawyer.
Really? Well, if that's the case, then I guess it's fine.
Yeah, once we finish the move, let's have pizza together.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
After that, Ajay tried desperately to rely on his siblings, hoping that one of them would agree to take in his parents. He was overwhelmed by the enormity of the situation and felt that surely one of his brothers or sisters would lend a helping hand. They had all grown up together, and Ajay had always thought that family would come through for each other, especially in times of hardship. However, his hope turned to disappointment when none of his siblings were willing to take on the responsibility. The situation was complicated, though. By this point, I had already explained in detail the full history of our marriage, including the reasons that led to the divorce. I made sure to explain everything clearly to his family, letting them understand the reasons for the separation and the dynamics involved. I told them about the debts, the constant tension in our relationship, and the financial struggles that had brought everything to this point. This level of transparency seemed to do the opposite of what Ajay had hoped. Rather than fostering understanding, it pushed his siblings further away. They felt no obligation to get involved and no sympathy for the situation Ajay had found himself in. It wasn't just about being asked to house his parents, it was about the lack of transparency from his parents themselves. As I found out, his parents had been hiding the extent of their financial problems for years. They had accumulated large debts that they had never shared with their children. What's worse, they had sold their family home to try to pay off these debts, leaving themselves with nowhere else to turn. The once stable home where Ajay had grown up was no longer theirs. His parents had been living in denial about their financial troubles, hoping that they could somehow keep up appearances, but it all came crashing down when they had to sell the house. It wasn't long before Ajay's siblings found out about these issues, and once they did, they had no intention of supporting his parents. Ajay's brothers and sisters couldn't believe what they were hearing. They had always assumed that their parents were financially secure, but now they saw the truth. Their parents had been struggling for years without saying a word. The entire situation left his siblings feeling betrayed. Why hadn't their parents been honest with them? Why didn't they reach out for help sooner? Instead of offering assistance, AJ's siblings decided to cut ties with his parents altogether, effectively severing any relationship with them. This left AJ with no choice but to take on the responsibility of caring for his parents by himself. With no other options available, AJ became the one to take charge. He decided to bring his parents into his home, but this proved to be a difficult decision. There was no easy way for him to care for them on his own. After all, AJ was already facing his own financial difficulties. The burden of taking care of two elderly parents while managing his own debts was more than he could handle. But there was no one else who would take them in, so he made the decision to move them into a small, inexpensive apartment. It wasn't ideal, but it was the only option available to him at the time. The living conditions in the apartment were far from comfortable. The apartment was cramped and wasn't really designed for 3 adults to live in, especially when those 3 people were already financially strapped. The space was small, with barely enough room for everyone to have their own privacy. The tension in the apartment was high, as AJ and his parents struggled to adjust to their new circumstances. With everyone living on top of each other, there was little room for peace or calm. AJ's parents weren't the only ones who were dealing with the financial issues. AJ himself was no stranger to financial strain. He had accumulated his own debts over the years, and the pressure to pay them off was only growing stronger. The debts weren't just a minor inconvenience either. These were significant amounts of money that he owed to various creditors, and the stress of it all weighed heavily on him. Now, with his parents living under his roof, AJ felt even more pressure to provide for them, but no matter how hard he worked, it never seemed to be enough. It wasn't just the debts that were causing issues either. There was a constant battle over money in the apartment. With 3 people living together and struggling financially, every penny counted. However, instead of helping each other, AJ and his parents found themselves fighting over who would pay what bills and how the money would be divided. It became a constant point of contention. AJ felt like he was the one shouldering most of the burden, while his parents seemed to be contributing very little. In turn, his parents resent him for not doing more to support them financially, creating even more tension in an already strained relationship. The atmosphere in the apartment was suffocating. Each day seemed to bring more arguments, more accusations, and more bitterness. The tension was palpable and the air was thick with resentment. AJ couldn't see a way out of it. Every day felt like a new battle, and he couldn't seem to find any peace or relief. Instead of coming together to support each other, his family was falling apart. There was no unity, no shared understanding of how to move forward. AJ's parents didn't want to admit that they had made mistakes, and AJ wasn't willing to accept responsibility for their financial troubles. Instead of working together to figure out a solution, they each became more entrenched in their own positions. This situation was a stark contrast to my own life. After everything that had happened, I had finally been able to start living with my mother, something I had wanted for years. I'd always been close to my mother, but circumstances had kept us apart for too long. Now, however, I was finally able to live with her, and it felt like a dream come true. It wasn't just about having a roof over my head, it was about the connection and the support that came with being with someone who loved me unconditionally. My mother and I had always had a strong bond, but now we had the chance to build an even deeper connection as we shared a home together. Living with my mother was a relief. It was peaceful, it was calm, and it felt like I was home again. The challenges that had weighed me down for so long had lifted, and I was able to relax for the first time in a long while. We spent time together enjoying each other's company and reminiscing about the good times we had shared. It was a simple life, but it was the kind of life I had always dreamed of having. And for the first time in a long while, I felt truly at peace. I had made plans with my mother to go on a hot spring trip together. It was something we had both wanted to do for years, and now we had the opportunity to make it a reality. The trip would give us a chance to unwind, enjoy each other's company, and make new memories. We both looked forward to it, knowing it would be a well-deserved break from the stresses of our daily lives. It was something we both needed, a time to reconnect and recharge. Looking at the situation, I couldn't help but feel a sense of relief that I was no longer caught up in the chaos of AJ's world. While AJ was struggling to maintain control of a situation that was quickly spiraling out of control, I was enjoying the peace and tranquility of my new life with my mother. The contrast between our lives was stark, and it made me appreciate the stability and support that I had found. I was able to move forward, to look ahead with hope, and to focus on the things that truly mattered in life. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, Sarah, did you make dinner plans for when we visit next week? Hi, Rachel. Yes, I made a reservation at Sakura Sushi. It's a lovely local place. Sakura Sushi? I've never heard of it. It's been here for over 30 years. It's very popular with locals. We're visiting for the holiday, so you'd think they'd book somewhere nice. This cheap sushi place is exactly what you'd expect from a pensioner. Well, that wasn't very nice of you to say. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That wasn't meant for you. I was just talking about this with a friend. You were talking about our dinner plans with others? Well, yeah. My friends were asking about our holiday plans. And you told them the restaurant wasn't nice? We were just comparing notes, really. My friend Melissa recommended this amazing place in the city. We could try that next time you're here. So we're just talking about this? Well, it's kind of like sending to the wrong person, but hey, this sushi place has its charm, I guess. The chef at this restaurant trained in Tokyo for 15 years. Oh, really? When was that? During the Stone Age? He's quite respected in the community. I suppose it's popular with the locals? Very much so. Everyone loves Chef Tanaka. And when you say everyone, you mean the handful of people who live here? We have quite a vibrant community. Of retirees, maybe. All kinds of people, actually. Young families, professionals. I see. So it's that kind of sushi place. What do you mean by that kind? You know, where people go because there's nowhere else. There are several good restaurants here. But not like in the city, right? Different doesn't mean worse, Rachel. It's kind of dated, isn't it? Dated? What do you mean? You know, like something out of an old movie about small-town life. Though this isn't even a small town, it's the middle of nowhere. We chose to live here because we love the community. It must be nice having such low standards. That's quite hurtful. Oh, come on, I'm just being honest with you. Honest doesn't mean to be unkind. Well, some people just can't handle the truth. Well, that's true. Being rural means we have stronger community ties. If you say so. I've never lived in the countryside and never will, so I wouldn't know. You might be surprised by what you find here. Like what? Cows? We have theaters, art galleries, so many different things. Probably not the kind I'm used to. What kind are you used to? You know, actual culture, not craft fairs. Our local artists are quite talented. There's nothing else here. There's plenty to do if you're open to it. I guess talking to people is all there is to do here. That's not a bad thing, is it? It is when there's nothing else to do. We have many activities and events. Like bingo night. We have concerts, festivals, food fairs. Sounds thrilling. Well, shall we have some sushi then? Rachel, where are you? I'm outside. I'll be right there. We're looking forward to the sushi. You know, sometimes frozen fish can be surprisingly good. Oh, this place uses fresh fish. You'll definitely like it once you try it. Really? Fresh fish here? That's surprising. They get deliveries daily from the coast. That must be quite a drive. The quality is excellent. Right. I've had all kinds of sushi. I'm sure you have. Like actual high-end places. This is quite good too. So I should probably learn to appreciate. Appreciate what? This level too. By this level, I mean. What level would that be? It's just different from what I usually eat. My parents raised me on high-end cuisine. so I can tell the quality of food with just one bite.
The quality?
Yes, the difference between real restaurants and this.
This restaurant is very real.
Well, the level of the cuisine, I guess. But don't worry, I can eat cheap food too. I just need to have something high-end afterward to sleep well.
That's quite an unusual requirement.
Not really, when you have refined tastes.
Refined doesn't mean better.
Actually, it does. That's literally what refined means.
I don't quite understand, but anyway, the sushi here is really good, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
If you say so, I'm looking forward to it.
Are you really?
Of course! Love trying new experiences.
You don't have to pretend to be excited.
I'm not pretending anything, just managing expectations.
Wait, Rachel, where are you going? Aren't we all heading back together?
Oh, yeah, but I need to take care of something first.
What kind of errand? This is only your second time visiting.
I just want to get some high-end food.
High-end food? We just had sushi. Are you still hungry?
It's not about being hungry. I just need to overwrite my palate with some proper food.
Did you not like the sushi?
The rice was interesting.
Interesting how?
Let's just say it was very rustic.
Chef Tanaka's rice is perfectly prepared.
If you say so, I've had better sushi before.
Better doesn't always mean happier.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that expensive food isn't always best.
It's not about liking it or not, it's just, well, it might be fine for locals hanging out together, but I wouldn't bring out-of-town guests there.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Don't apologize. It's not your fault you don't know better.
Know better?
About real restaurants.
This is a real restaurant.
No, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying what I would do. Everyone has different standards, right?
Yes, but maybe we should choose a different restaurant for tomorrow. What would you like? How about...
No, let's not. You probably wouldn't be able to afford it on your pension anyway.
Oh, is that so?
Just being realistic.
We can afford nice things.
Define nice.
Things that we enjoy.
That's sweet. Very small town of you.
Is that meant to be an insult?
Just an observation.
Well, it feels like an insult.
Anyway, I'm going to get my palate cleanser.
You really don't need to do that.
Trust me, I do.
The sushi was perfectly fine.
Before my mouth rots.
You don't have to be so harsh. I just wanted to have this dinner to get closer to you.
Yeah, that was probably a mistake.
Why would you say that?
Because we clearly have different standards.
Different doesn't mean wrong.
In this case, it kind of does.
I think we're done here.
Finally, something we agree on.
Hi, Rachel. You left your scarf at the restaurant.
Oh, thanks. You can just throw it out.
It looks expensive, though.
It is, but I can't wear it now.
Why not?
It probably smells like that place.
That's ridiculous.
You wouldn't understand. Some scents just stick.
It's a perfectly clean restaurant.
If you say so. I'm at Nobu now.
You actually went to another restaurant?
I had to. My stomach was turning.
The sushi was fresh and well prepared.
Maybe by countryside standards.
You're being very unfair.
Life isn't fair, like being stuck in the middle of nowhere.
We chose to live here.
That's sad.
What's sad about it?
That you don't even realize what you're missing out on.
We're not missing out on anything.
Your house is tiny.
It's perfect for us.
And that ancient TV.
We don't watch much television.
Because you can't afford a better one.
Because we prefer to spend time together.
In that cramped living room.
Size isn't everything.
That's what poor people say.
Money isn't everything either.
Says someone who doesn't have any.
We have enough.
Enough for what? Discount sushi?
You really can't see past material things, can you?
I see things as they are.
No, you see things as you want to see them.
I see success versus failure.
Is that how you measure life?
How else would you measure it?
By happiness, fulfillment, relationships.
Those don't pay bills.
We managed just fine.
If you call this fine.
Many people would be grateful for what we have.
That's because they're failures too.
Rachel, that's enough.
Truth hurts.
No, your attitude hurts.
Then maybe we shouldn't talk anymore.
Maybe you're right.
Finally learning.
Learning what?
That you can't compete with my lifestyle.
We're not competing.
Obviously not.
Why are you like this?
Like what? Successful?
So angry, so judgmental.
I'm just honest.
You're cruel.
I'm realistic.
Real life isn't just about money.
Says someone who doesn't have any.
We have more than you think.
What? Hidden treasure in that tiny house?
Value isn't just monetary.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
We sleep very well, actually.
In that cheap bedroom set?
In our comfortable home.
If you can call it that.
It is our home, and we're proud of it.
Proud of mediocrity?
Proud of what we've built together.
A life of limitations.
A life of choices.
Poor choices.
Happy choices.
Delusional choices.
Why does our happiness bother you so much?
It doesn't bother me. It amuses me.
What's amusing about it?
That you think this is actually living.
As opposed to what?
Actually succeeding, having things, status.
Those things don't make you happy.
My bank account makes me very happy.
Does it keep you warm at night?
Better than that threadbare blanket you use.
Our home is filled with love.
And cheap furniture.
I think we're done here.
Because you know I'm right?
Because you're impossible to talk to.
Because I speak the truth.
Because you're unkind.
Truth isn't always kind.
But people can be. It doesn't take a lot to be nice to others.
People can also be successful.
Good night, Rachel.
Enjoy your peasant life.
At least I can sleep at night knowing who I am.
I sleep fine in my luxury apartment.
Money can't buy peace of mind.
But it can buy everything else.
Tyler wants to know if you're coming to dinner.
Where? Another dive?
It's a nice Italian place.
Define nice.
Rachel, please.
Fine, but I'm bringing my own wine.
They have an excellent wine list.
From the local grocery store?
From their wine cellar.
Probably all cheap bottles.
You don't have to come.
No, I'll come. Someone has to show you what class looks like.
I'm starting to think this was a mistake.
What was?
This whole visit.
Finally figuring it out?
You've changed so much.
I've improved.
That's not the word I'd use.
Because you don't understand success.
I understand kindness, that you don't have any.
Kindness doesn't pay bills.
No, but it makes life worth living.
Whatever. Just text me the address.
I'll send it later.
Make sure it's not another embarrassment.
Like what?
Like that sushi place.
That was a perfectly good restaurant.
If you say so, just make sure this one at least has proper silverware.
You're impossible.
I'm successful. There's a difference. Hey, where's this dinner place?
We've decided to cancel dinner.
What? Why?
I think you know why.
Because you can't afford it.
Because you're being horrible.
I'm being honest.
You're just being cruel.
Fine, I'll go somewhere nice by myself.
Enjoy your lonely dinner.
Better than cheap company.
Goodbye, Rachel.
Sarah, I just saw you. What are you doing here? Why are you and Dad at my company's business dinner?
Ah, well, there's a reason.
Are you following me?
No, of course not.
Then why are you here?
If you'd let me explain.
Sarah, this isn't okay. I don't know if you're trying to play city folk, but you can't just crash my business dinner.
We didn't crash anything.
You can't just walk into places like this.
We were invited.
By who? The janitor?
Rachel, please.
This is a high-end restaurant, and your shabby appearance is embarrassing me.
Shabby?
Look at your clothes.
What's wrong with my clothes?
Everything. That outfit is from the Stone Age.
These are perfectly fine clothes.
Maybe for feeding chickens.
That's enough.
Yes, that's enough. Please leave.
We have every right to be here.
Yes, shabby. You're wearing the same clothes from when I visited. Have you heard of a suit, Sarah?
Of course I have, but for casual business meetings like this.
There's nothing casual about this place.
I'm well aware of the venue.
Then you should know you don't belong here.
We were specifically invited.
By whom? The busboy?
By the CEO.
Stop lying.
I'm not lying.
If you had the urban sophistication of myself and the other attendees, casual would be fine. But rural casual is completely different. Just please leave.
You're making a scene.
I'm protecting my career.
From what?
From you embarrassing me.
How are we embarrassing you?
This isn't a place for people like you.
People like us?
Yes, you know what I mean.
Explain it to me.
Poor people. Rural people.
But Tyler's here too, and...
Tyler's here because he's my husband. He belongs here.
And we don't?
Obviously not.
I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, but we're...
I get it. You need money.
What?
It must be tough living on just a pension. Fine. How much do you want?
No, that's not...
Following me here must mean you want money. Your living conditions seemed pretty poor when we visited. And I guess it's hard to ask Tyler directly, so you're coming to me, his wife.
That's completely wrong.
Would $500 be enough? That should last a month in the middle of nowhere. Or do you need more?
It's fine, really. Look, Rachel.
Need more? $1,000?
We don't want your money.
Then why are you here?
Because we were invited.
Stop lying!
We're not lying.
It must be pretty pathetic being old and having to mooch off young people. I'm happy to help out if you need it.
Rachel, that's really...
What? I'm just stating facts. It's just a fact that you're pathetic. Maybe Tyler should hear about this. Feel free to tell him, though you won't get any money that way.
This is just terrible.
Whatever. I don't want to hear that from someone who snuck into my work event. You do that because you're pathetic and desperate.
We didn't sneak in.
I'm offering you money because I feel sorry for you.
My husband is the chairman of your client's company.
Now you're just making things up. Why do I have to deal with this old lady?
It's true. We happen to make a connection with your company. Tyler knows about all of this.
That's impossible.
Why is it impossible?
Then why wouldn't I know about it?
Maybe because Tyler knew how you'd react.
He tells me everything.
Clearly not.
Besides, people without backbone like you and Dad could never succeed in business.
Without backbone?
Successful business people need backbone. Small-town teachers don't have that.
What? I took pride in my work as a teacher.
Who cares? I couldn't care less about your small-town story.
I educated generations of children.
To what? Be failures like you?
That's no way to talk to people.
Just talking to myself. Anyway, if Tyler knew, he would have told me. Please stop with these stupid lies. I meant stupid about the lies. I wasn't calling you stupid. Now, please leave. This isn't a place for senile country folk.
Watch your mouth, you piece of work.
What? Dad? That's harsh. Aren't you usually more mild-mannered?
You think I can stay quiet while you mock my wife? Your attitude since your last visit has been...
My attitude is perfectly normal. What have I done?
You might not have done anything directly, but you've clearly been looking down on us.
Well, if you think that, maybe it's because you feel that way about yourselves?
Remember who you're talking to.
That you deserve to be looked down on.
Say whatever you want.
Can't you leave already, following your daughter-in-law around, begging me for money as a couple? Are you really Tyler's successful parents?
Like I said, I'm the chairman of your client's company. My wife and I have every right to be here.
Playing pretend together? That's cute. There wasn't much fun to be had in that backwater anyway.
I've discussed it with the CEO. We're canceling the deal with your company.
Huh? What do you mean canceled? And they want me to apologize? Dad, please respond. The dinner chest. They told me that's what you said.
Like I said, our business relationship is over. This dinner serves no purpose now. It's canceled.
You can't do this.
I already have.
This will affect hundreds of people.
You should have thought of that earlier.
Wait, please. It was true? Really? Dad, you're really the chairman?
That's what I've been saying. I thought you knew. Tyler probably didn't tell you to avoid making you uncomfortable.
Why didn't anyone tell me?
Would it have changed your behavior? He couldn't have imagined you were being so disrespectful behind the scenes.
I wasn't disrespectful.
Shall I show you the texts?
Those were private.
Sarah shows me everything.
That's an invasion of privacy.
That's just marriage.
Wait, please. I haven't done anything wrong. Personal relationships shouldn't affect business, right?
This isn't about personal relationships.
Then what is it about?
Character!
What about my character?
Or lack thereof.
But still,
Still what?
you can't just cancel everything.
Watch me. This was the chairman and CEO's decision. Besides, this deal wasn't officially confirmed yet.
Please, wait, this isn't fair. Please don't make it seem like it's my fault.
It is your fault.
How is this my fault?
Your actions, your words, your attitude.
But you can't bring personal matters into business. Be professional about this.
I've never met someone so shamelessly brazen, I'll give you credit for that.
I'm not being brazen.
No? Then what would you call it?
I'm being direct.
You're just being cruel.
Tyler won't stay quiet about this.
Tyler agrees with me.
He can't.
He's seen everything.
Using personal grudges to interfere with my work. This won't just affect me, it'll cause trouble for lots of people.
Now you care about others?
Of course I do.
Since when?
I've always cared about my colleagues.
Just not your family?
That's different.
How?
Business is business.
And family is family.
Exactly. Keep them separate.
I see, so you're thinking about how this affects others, not just yourself.
Of course, this isn't an industry where you can be self-centered. I'm thinking about the bigger picture.
I understand. Given that spirit, let me make a suggestion to the other party.
Really? You'll help?
I'll make a recommendation.
Thank you. I knew you'd understand. What do you mean I'm fired? Suddenly they told me that's what...
I just explained everything that happened. I also mentioned that we couldn't do business while that employee remained.
What? So you told them to fire me if they wanted the deal?
I didn't say that exactly, but that's how your company interpreted it.
You destroyed my career.
You did that yourself.
I worked so hard for this.
Should have worked harder on being a decent person.
I am decent.
Really?
I'm successful.
You were successful.
This is illegal.
No, it's just business. I thought it was harsh too, but you said you were more concerned about the damage to others than yourself. I thought this might be the best solution.
Well, I did say that, but...
Then you shouldn't have any complaints. And what's this message about?
No, but getting fired is...
If you have complaints about being fired, take them to your boss, not me.
What's your problem? Just because you're poor, were my words that hurtful?
Poor?
Yes, poor.
What words are you referring to?
I just told you the truth, that you're a couple living a worthless life in a boring countryside. Just because I live a rich, high-class life in the city, it's cowardly to get revenge like this.
You seem to misunderstand what wealth means. My wife and I live a very rich life.
Where? In that tiny house, going to that dirty sushi place? You must be broke. Even if you say you're chairman, it must be of some tiny company. And Mom always seems nervous, like she has no confidence in herself.
You think living in the city with money and career status equals wealth, but that's not true. We have our own kind of wealth.
Whatever.
The experience Sarah and I have built over the years is precious, and our connections with people around us have value money can't buy. If you only focus on money and career, you'll lose important things like you just did.
Stop preaching. What nonsense about priceless value and hanging out with losers. What matters is building relationships that benefit you.
I see. Then who's helping you now?
Huh?
You just got fired. Has anyone offered to help? Has anyone protested your firing?
Well, but Tyler will definitely take my side.
Tyler wants a divorce!
What?
He finally saw your true nature after today. He's already apologized to us.
No,
Is this the wealth you were talking about? You should think about this carefully.
whatever. I'm obviously better off. Why should I lose to a bunch of losers? Hey, Sarah. Please respond. I know you're reading these. Sarah, please. I need help. I'm sure you heard about today. I got unfairly fired and...
I heard the story, but was it really unfair?
Yes, of course it was unfair. They can't do this to me.
They can, and they did.
But it's wrong.
Is it?
Yes, it's unfair. Dad and Tyler seem to hate me, and they're trying to destroy my career.
They're not destroying anything.
They literally got me fired.
Your actions got you fired.
You're the only one on my side.
I'm sorry, but that's not possible anymore.
What? What do you mean?
I can't be on your side. I'm sorry.
But you're my mother-in-law.
Yes, I am.
Family helps family.
Like you helped us?
That's different.
How?
I was just being honest.
You were being cruel.
What? But you said you wanted to be close with me. I'm being treated unfairly right now. A kind mother like you should help me.
I have no intention of helping you. I'm sorry.
You can't mean that.
I do.
After all we've been through?
What exactly have we been through, Rachel?
Family stuff.
You mean you insulting us?
I never insulted anyone.
I've been patient for so long. You mocked my friends, mocked our lifestyle.
No, I didn't mock anything. Everyone can have their own feelings, right? I just said how I felt.
Then I felt mocked, so I won't help you. Everyone can have their own feelings, right?
That's not the same.
Why not?
Because I'm suffering.
And we weren't?
Well,
That's what?
different.
How?
You're used to being,
No, I don't know. Please explain.
Never mind.
Besides, I'm not angry with you. I'm just sad. I want you to change.
Change what?
Everything.
I'm perfect as I am.
That's exactly the problem. I want you to understand there's more to wealth than money and career. I want you to learn to accept people without looking down on them.
Not this again. What's with you two preaching? Why don't you just go back to your pathetic countryside? You losers.
You haven't changed at all, have you? Even after all this, calling people losers.
What's wrong with calling losers losers? I'll definitely stay in the city and succeed. Without help. I don't want to end up like you people who can't survive without others' help.
Hard to believe you were just begging Tyler and me for help. Well, if that's your conviction, go ahead. I actually thought getting you fired was too harsh. But if you feel that strongly, I won't interfere.
What? You think it was harsh too, right? Then please convince Dad to...
There you go, asking for help again.
Because I need it.
But you just said...
Forget what I just said.
I won't forget.
Please, I'm desperate.
Now you know how it feels
What are you talking about?
to need help from others.
This isn't fair.
Oh, I just remembered what you said. Successful business people need backbone. I wonder where your backbone is.
Stop throwing my words back at me.
Why, they're your words.
I didn't mean them.
Yes, you did.
Okay, maybe I did, but I'm sorry.
Are you really?
Yes, I'm sorry.
You're just sorry you got caught.
No, I'm genuinely sorry.
It's too late for that.
It's never too late.
In this case, it is.
Please, I have nowhere to go.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Sarah, please.
Don't call me that anymore.
What am I supposed to do?
Figure it out yourself.
I can't.
Then maybe you're not as capable as you thought.
I'll change.
No, you won't.
I promise.
Promises from you mean nothing.
I'll prove it.
You've already proven who you are.
Give me another chance.
We gave you many chances.
One more.
No.
Please.
Goodbye, Rachel.
Don't do this.
You did this.
I'll do anything.
It's too late.
I'm sleeping in an internet cafe.
That's unfortunate.
Help me.
No.
I'm begging you.
Goodbye, Rachel.
Please, don't leave me alone. Mom? Anyone? Please!
After that, Rachel tried desperately to keep her job by reaching out to various people. But of course, the termination wasn't reversed, and she was forced out. She moved out of the house she shared with Tyler, and now lives in internet cafes. Waiting for a chance to turn things around, she apparently tried contacting various acquaintances, but not a single person would help her. And eventually, she disappeared from the city. No one knows where she is now. As for me, I'm continuing my retirement life as before. My husband has passed his chairman position to the next generation, and now we're living an even more relaxed life. Between our community connections, time together as a couple, and the peaceful natural surroundings, I'm living a very happy and fulfilling life every day. I don't care if anyone looks down on us. What's truly important to me? I never want to lose sight of that.